In this video, I'm going to be arguing why who you have in your life shapes your personality and your actions. Role models are a big part of everyone's life or someone's life. You either have a good one, a couple good ones, a couple bad ones, or none at all, sadly. When having role models in your life, whether they're bad or good, you know their actions and you do what they say to do, and you listen and you take what they take, and you hopefully apply it in life along the lines. When you have a bad role model or a good role model, you tend to do the same actions as they do and say the same stuff. You kind of learn their slang. And the basic book of ethics, on page 29, it says, in Arsefel's development model, the idea of a role model is also seen as very important. They are important in everyone's life. You learn from them, or you grow with them and you have a bond with them. And the book also quotes on page 29, think of the expression monkey see, monkey do. With the help of role models, we learn which virtues are important, and we also learn what kind of actions engages in when has a particular virtue. So, with that being said, if the role model is bad, then whoever is looking up to that role model is going to do the exact same thing, hence monkey see, monkey do. In addition to that, when you have good role models and you also have bad role models, the good ones tend to give you better bonds and better outlook on life. Growing up bonds are an important thing. In the Child of Rage video, the narrator quotes, children so traumatized in the first years of their life never really bond with other people. Meaning, not necessarily that the child who has the role models are traumatized, but in a way, with the bad role models, you are showing that you don't want to bond with people, and the bad ones are showing you what to look out for, or they know what they are doing, and which means when you have a good one, actually scratch that, having bad bonds and bad role models also leads to being disciplined the way that you should be when you get in trouble. This affects your life when you aren't being disciplined, or you're just letting loose or being free. That when you grow up, it's going to show that you're going to be like, oh, so-and-so taught me how to discipline this problem, but didn't show me this, so they don't get disciplined. That comes from your role models when you get older and have kids. Some suggest that it's your life, your choices. If you don't want to follow those actions or advice, you're not going to. But that is not the case. In the basic ethics, second edition, it quotes that bad habits are hard to break. Which means since they were around the bad role models, they are like a bad habit because they grew up knowing what not to do and what is the wrong way instead of what is the right way or what is going to make me happy. To give an example of that, The Child of Rage also shows that Beth, the little girl who was traumatized, and shows that she was abused and neglected by her dad, which meant growing up, she was only going to know how to abuse and how to not care about the people who care about her. So, with that being said, her dad was a bad role model, which led her to grow up to basically have bad habits and be that bad and not care who she was hurting or anything like that. Good habits, virtues, are building blocks of good moral character, which means if you have a good role model and they are shaping your personality and your actions and your traits, then you will do the same as you're growing up. Good virtues are always something to have, and not everyone gets it. In conclusion, I believe that who you have in your life, whether it's good or bad, shapes how you grow up to be an adult, to focus on how to handle things and what to do in certain situations. And role models are a big part of everyone's life.